Good evening, boys and girls. It's good to have you back again for another bedtime story. Ready for the story? Tonight's story is all about imagination and adventure. Get snuggled up and let's begin. Benny and the Moonball, a story about imagination and adventure. Benny loved playing outside, especially at night, when the stars twinkled like tiny fireflies in the sky. He would often sit in his backyard, staring up at the moon, imagining what it would be like to bounce around in space. One evening, as he kicked his soccer ball around, something strange happened. A soft glow caught his eye from behind the bushes. Benny ran over and gasped. There, nestled in the grass, was a shimmering, glowing ball. It wasn't just any ball. It looked like a piece of the moon itself. He picked it up carefully. It felt warm and light, yet filled with a strange energy. "What are you doing here?" Benny whispered, holding it close. The ball pulsed gently, as if it was alive. Benny ran back to the middle of the yard and gently tossed the glowing ball into the air. But instead of coming back down, the ball floated higher and higher. Without thinking, Benny jumped after it, and to his surprise, he floated too. Before he knew it, he was soaring up into the night sky, past the treetops, past the rooftops, past the clouds. He wasn't just flying. He was floating in space. He looked around in wonder. Stars twinkled all around him, and planets glowed in the distance. "This is amazing!" Benny laughed, spinning through the air like an astronaut. Then he heard a tiny voice. "Hello there." Benny turned and saw a small, shimmering creature with a glowing tail. It looked like a mix between a firefly and a shooting star. "I'm Luma, the star guide," the creature said, zipping around Benny. "You found a lost piece of the moon's heart. It has been missing for a long time." Benny looked down at the glowing ball in his hands. "So, this is part of the moon?" Luma nodded. "Yes, and it's taking you on a grand adventure before it returns home." Benny followed Luma through space, bouncing from star to star like stepping stones. Each one twinkled and hummed as he landed on them. He slid down a glowing ring of Saturn, spun through a rainbow-colored asteroid field, and even played catch with a group of star creatures who giggled every time they tossed the glowing ball back to him. "This is the best game ever!" Benny cheered, jumping weightlessly through the galaxy. Suddenly, the moon shimmered brighter than before. Luma floated closer. "Benny, it's time. The moon's heart needs to go home." Benny's excitement faded a little. "Does that mean my adventure is over?" Luma smiled kindly. "Every adventure must end, but the memories stay forever." Benny looked at the glowing ball one last time. Then, with all his strength, he tossed it toward the moon. The ball soared through space, glowing brighter and brighter until, whoosh, it melted into the moon, and suddenly the whole night sky twinkled even more beautifully than before. As soon as the ball disappeared, Benny felt himself floating gently downward. The stars around him waved goodbye, and Luma whispered, "Come visit again in your dreams." Before Benny knew it, thump! He landed softly back in his backyard. He looked around. The grass still glowed slightly where the moon's heart had been, but the ball was gone. Benny smiled, knowing he had been part of something truly magical. As he lay on the grass, staring at the bright, full moon, he whispered, "Best adventure ever." And with that, he closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep, dreaming of stars, planets, and the friends he had made in the sky. The end.